So let us read this one and see how we can analyze this particular pie chart. How to beat the flu bug. Okay, Brittany, let's go ahead and read this first. Thank you.
The pie chart shows the accuracy it will say to me it's the approaches people use to avoid getting food.
Okay, so thank you. So this is what approaches people use to avoid having a flu, right? So as we may notice in here, washing your hands, getting a flu shot, taking vitamins, and drinking orange juice. Okay, so let us read first what we mean by a pie chart and how do we use them. Okay, Jordy, let's go ahead and read what is a pie chart. Thank you.
Organized quantitative data that is non-overlapping, typically used to finish that adds up to 100%.
Thank you. All right. So with that being said, so it's used in organizing qualitative data. So in here, what is the qualitative data in here, right? Like how people are what approaches, right? So the qualitative data in here is like the approaches that people use to avoid
The
flu or getting a flu. Get it? Okay. So again, that's a qualitative data, right? Because other in here they mentioned what? Either you wash your hands, you get a flu shot, you take vitamins, you drink orange juice. But definitely, in most cases, they might be overlapping, categories in here. But it looks like in this case, I think the question is, what is the most priority for you, right? In trying to avoid getting that flu virus. Get it, guys? So again, it should be what? Non-overlapping. So in short, for example in here, when you say washing your hands, all of those mention washing hands, but not any of the other categories. Okay, so that's what we mean by that. They should not be overlapping. And second, that all the percentages should add up to 100%. So can anyone, Brett, can you do this one? Add them all together. 61 plus 25, how much will that be?
86, and then add 12.
86, all right, very good. Plus 12?
98. Yeah, 98.
98 plus 2, 100%, right? So very good, thank you, that's correct. Everything should be adding up to 100%, okay? And the last one is the central angle. So the central angle is the relative frequency times 360 degrees. So that's how big the angle is. For example, in here, so we can use a calculator for that. When you say 25%, so that's what? That's the relative frequency, 0.25. Relative frequency. And then I'm going to multiply it by one whole rotation, which is 360 degrees. So what's that? What's 0.25 times 360 degrees on your calculator, guys? Okay, let's see in here. 0.25 times 360 degrees. So that's 90 degrees. Are we good? Right? So when you say 90 degrees, if you go to your Desmos, just to imagine how big 90 degrees is in terms of angle, I would click on the graph settings. You see this polar graph in here, just giving you, make sure it's in degrees, just giving you an idea on how big that 90 degree is, right? So as you may notice in here, the 90 degree angle is as big as this one, okay? Are we good? So that's a quarter of a circle. Get it? Okay. Next one, let's talk about the 61 degrees. So the 61 degrees a while ago, how big will that be? 0.61, that's the relative frequency of, I think, washing the hands, right? I multiplied by 360 degrees as well. It says what? 219.6, or how much is that? Almost 220 degrees. Get it? So how big is that 220 degrees? Okay, so this is another 90, right? That's another 90. So let's talk about changing a color. Here we go. So this is another 90 degrees, another 90 degrees. So how much is this now? 180, right? So how many more to get the 220? 40 degrees more, right? So where's that? So in here, this is what? Is this by 30, 40? So almost in here. Get it? So this one in here is how much? 220 degrees. Get it, guys? And so on. Okay, so that's how we get the central angle for such. Okay, so looking in here for the problem, just giving you an idea of like how are they getting those angle measurements. So that's what we mean by that. So this 90 degrees is this flu shot. Get it? That 220 degrees in here is the washing of the hands. And you can do the same for the rest, right? So what about taking vitamins? How many degrees will that be if it's 12%? So please do that one on your calculator. What you're going to do with 12% and 360 degrees to get that angle on the taking vitamins. Anyone in here is taking vitamins to avoid flu virus? Yeah, very good, right? Typically, I do as well. I just did got a flu shot like, if I'm not mistaken, November last year. But we always wash our hands. Orange juice, typically I do that one, drink every morning, but they said like it's pretty high on sugar, so you know, definitely if you're watching your sugar intake, so better watch out for that one as well, right? But anyway, how many degrees will that be? Taking vitamins, anyone who got the angle? 3. 12%.
Is it 0.12 times 360?
0.12 times 360, what you got?
43.
There we go. Huh?
43.2.
43.2, right? So approximately, very good, 43 degrees. Get it, guys? Right? And so on. Okay, so that's how you get the angle for such. So this one in here is 43 degrees. Very good. Now, let us read these questions in here. Letter A. Let's read that question. Caroline, please. What is the most common approach?
What is the most common approach? What percentage of the population chooses this method?
So what's the most common approach? So typically the most common approach in terms of percentage will be the what? The highest, right? And the highest, very good, Andrew, washing your hands, right? So very good. Washing your hands, that's 61%, right? So that should be the what? The highest percentage. Okay, letter B. Let's read that one. Sydney. What is the?
I don't have anything.
Robbie, go ahead and read that one on your end, but I'll be printing out some for you, Sydney, as well, all right?
What is the least used approach? What percentage of the population chooses this one?
So in terms of percentage, which one is the least used approach? Tiff? Drinking orange juice, very good, right? So it says least used, so that means that's the lowest percentage. And again, that is the drinking orange juice. And the last one, letter C, okay? Avi, go ahead, please.
What percentage of the population thinks flu shots are the best way to be complete?
What percentage thinks flu shots is the best way to beat the flu? Answer. Percentage. 25%. Very good, right? Get it, guys? Any questions? Any questions regarding that one? Are we good with the pie chart? All right. Thank you.